What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode. What's going on, Vince Russo? Man, it's like that?
Chris, I got to tell you, listen. SummerSlam was 2 nights, 18 hours. And I'm going to be honest with you. I saw the last 5 minutes of last night because there was nothing else on TV. And I said to myself, okay, man, I'm going to watch the last 5 minutes and see if they button up the Rock situation, because after Cena buries Rock on SmackDown, how this should have went was the double turn. Cody turns heel, Rock comes out and gives Cody the gimmick, and they destroy Cena. If Cena's gonna bury Rock, that's Rock's receipt. So for you know what's and giggles, let me tune in for the last 5 minutes and see if they do that. But they don't do that. They bring back Brock Lesnar for God knows how many times, and the people go crazy again. And I was reading your comments online, and I was 1,000% with you. I swear to God, Chris, you talk a lot about Pavlovian dogs. Bro, Pavlovian dogs would be the equivalent of Einstein compared to these wrestling fans. Bro, these wrestling fans have to be the lowest, stupidest, dumbest common denominator on the freaking planet. How many times are we going to go from Cena to Rock to Brock Lesnar to Undertaker, back to Lesnar, back to Brock? How many freaking times? Like, seriously? And you're and then I'm reading the comments. Holy SHIT. Like, bro, they've played this card 10 freaking times, guys. 10. What is wrong with these people, Chris? Seriously, I don't know. Are they brain dead? What is wrong with them?
Vince, I literally couldn't agree with you more. Just being played like a fiddle. And WWE knows it. It's just like they know it. Like they know that the whole Brock thing coming back, it'll right the wrong of we still don't know what happened with we still don't know the payoff of the Rock. It just rights the wrong of the Cena turn. It rights the wrong of that's what they're doing. So they just said that this wasn't even a thing except for a few weeks ago. Like Michael Cole confirmed that this wasn't even a thing until a few weeks ago. They called Nick Khan and Triple H, called Brock Lesnar. So according to what Nick Khan said, and there were reports, swirling about this within the past weekend, Brock wasn't even in the plans. And so this definitely was their get out of jail free card, proverbially. And it's like, why in the world do you have to keep pulling from the well to get out of jail free? Why are you even putting yourself in jail in the first place to keep pulling the get out of jail free card? The Goldbergs, the Lesnars, like, why are you doing this? And guess what? For all of those people who defend this, you're also defending the fact that they haven't built anybody in the past 15 years to be the next Lesnar, to be the next Goldberg. They haven't done that. Like, we're just missing that part of the whole thing, that they haven't established stars to continue to pull out the Brock well. How many times do we have to see this? I understand that Cena wants to do the Brock thing. Okay, cool. But it's crazy that we bang on the creative control of Hogan, but we don't bang on the creative control of Cena. Like, that's a whole different thing now. Cena can just have what he wants. Now, has he earned it? Sure. Okay, that's not even what I'm arguing. The problem, what I see in this is, we've literally had a Brock Lesnar Cena feud like over and over and over. What's next? I even said it on Twitter. We're going to do a triple cage match, a Punjabi prison match, a scaffold match, a la 1986 NWA. What really is next? Who wants to see a straight up match between Cena and Lesnar?
I guess these people do. Chris. Like,
I don't even think they do. I think they want to see the pop. I think because even when he did the F5 on Cena, Vince, the reaction was flat. I mean, they saw the pop. It was just shock value. WWE knows just like that they can get them. And then how are we going to figure this out afterwards? We don't know. But what we do know is we'll get the pop if we bring Brock back. And that's what they rest on way too much, man. Way, way too much. So. And
then they're gonna add insult to injury. I got news for Triple H. Okay, if the Rollins injury was a work, you're a bigger moron than I thought. Because first of all, we got work. No, nobody got freaking worked. Yeah. Rollins got hurt in that match. Rollins thought it was worse than it was, so he called an audible. LA Knight went over. Rollins was supposed to cash in the case that night. After the next day, Rollins goes to get his knee checked out, and it's not as bad as he thought it was, and he could be back in 3 weeks. The idea that Chris, you and I are very logical people. Let's talk about how we got worked. So if we got worked, Chris, here was the story. This is the story if we got worked. Rollins fakes an injury, loses a match on purpose so he can come back in 3 weeks and cash in a case against the guy that's going to be blown up, battered, and beaten anyway. Yeah. Anyway, and then Chris, they don't even know how to do it, because if you want us to believe that, he's not dropping the crutches at the top of the stage. He's going down there, limping down. He goes over to to Cena. Cena turns his back, whatever. He wallops him with the crutch, then gives the case. But if he wanted to catch what's his face, Punk by surprise, you don't drop the crutches on the top of the stage, you moron. You hit him with the crutch, then you turn it in. So the fact that they want you and me, because we happen to have brains in our head, seriously, the fact that you want us to believe we got worked, bro, I really hope and pray we didn't, because if we did, you guys are absolutely clueless.
Yes.
Clueless. He's going to lose a match on purpose to come back 3 weeks later. Do you know how asinine that is, bro?
Yeah, for sure. Again, Russo was cooking today, as the young folk would say. I agree with you 100% again. And just the logic that makes absolutely no sense to me. The match between him and LA Knight, could have easily led into a DQ, finish with, his boys are jumping everybody. Why not jump LA Knight? You could have easily had LA Knight come back to Raw after SummerSlam to still continue and have this could have completely been the same thing. So it's a ruse of the century because you faked an injury for 3 weeks that really meant nothing in the longer scheme of things, because even if he would have beat LA Knight, he could have easily still cashed it in against CM Punk. I mean, to me, it made absolutely no sense.
And listen to how clueless this is, Chris. So they open a show, LA Knight, Seth Rollins. Here comes Adam Pearce. Okay. All right. We're going to have a match tonight for the title. And Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are barred from ringside. Okay, bro, what does that mean?
Nothing.
That means that they can get involved in the match and Rollins is going to get DQ'd. The stipulation should have been if they get involved in the match, the title automatically switches hands.
Absolutely.
Right off the bat, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed because right off the bat, okay, bro, so they could interfere anyway and Rollins is just going to – this is what I'm talking about. This is so freaking bad. I honestly, I keep looking at the clock to get to January 24th because I don't know if I can make it that long, bro. Every time one of these shows ends, I feel like an idiot for sitting here watching it, bro.
Oh, man, I don't blame you. Yeah, I try to, how I am. I try to make the fun out of everything. So I actually had a good time doing the live reaction last night and tonight. Of course, people are like, man, why are you saying all this? I'm like, first of all, it's my freaking Twitter account that you're following. What? Let's start there. Let's start with Paul Heyman cutting a promo on Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, interrupted by LA Knight, and then Adam Rhodes. You just met Adam Pearce books Rollins and Knights. Gets the pop from the crowd.
So Rollins is blatantly heel turning on the crowd, but they're still playing a single.
Yes, exactly.
I swear to God, triple, bro. I said this all along with the Unreal show. I said it all along. They're gonna think they're working the audience, and what they're really gonna do is expose themselves without even knowing it, bro. 100%. And this stuff is just. It's unbelievable to me. So he comes out, okay, but we got to cut a heel promo now. You're going to be a heel now. We want them to boo you, but we're going to play the same music so they sing along, Seth.
Yeah. When I saw that, Vince, it makes me think, I always think about things psychologically. I'm like, it makes me wonder if WWE creative is in the booking staff is purposely seeing how much they can play the fans like a fiddle. It just makes me wonder that if they're kind of one-upping themselves every week to see how much the Pavlovian dogs, and every single week they bark. I mean, that's their thing. They bark. They're trying to put the bark over now. They're trying to put everything over, something different to put their signature on there. But when it comes to Seth Rollins, it just goes to show how easy it is to condition the crowd to sing with Seth Rollins. They cheer him, and he just kind of goes right along with it. Then he cuts the promo, and then just like that, boom, then they start booing. And it's like, man, it's so easy to really sway these people.
It really is. Listen, man, I understand they're excited to be there. I understand they spent a lot of money to be there, but man, this company makes you look like a bunch of fools week after week after week after week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, you're a rock concert guy, man. It's like your favorite, rock artist, you're a John Denver guy, right? Well, before he passed, say he was, doing concerts, and he would kind of tease Rocky Mountain High and then pull back and start singing another song.
Yeah,
and then go back and get Rocky. No, we're gonna do and the fans are just okay. Every single week is the same type of deal, just pulling just dangling the carrot every week.
What do you guys want? Because all you got to do is hit the music. He does the thing, then you hear the needle scratch across the record and him say, "You're never going to hear that music again." But no, they like you said, Chris, we want them to sing along with him, and then we want him to turn on them, there's no logic to anything. And let's get into your psychology, Chris, because this all goes back to the wrestling bubble. They don't know what normal people are seeing. Normal people are seeing exactly what you and I are talking about. They're only seeing it from a wrestling perspective where I got to ask you this, Chris, with all these things we've laid out, does Triple H think this stuff makes sense? I mean, does it make sense to him?
No, he doesn't care, man. He looks at the crowd. He looks at the crowd reaction. He considers it a plus. He considers it a win if he's getting a pop. I mean, that's basically what we've seen, and that's what we're going to see. I mean, look, it's a bygone era to actually care about the fans as far as just the ebbs and flows of being hooked to a story. That's a bygone era nowadays, and it's unfortunate because that's the reason why you don't have standouts nowadays. I mean, like for the past 15 years, you don't have standouts because everything's a match. Everything gets centered around a match. And if everybody has a "this is awesome" match, who's standing out? I mean, that doesn't really create a standout. Before, you had characters that stood out. Before, you had riveting stories that people remember. But at the same time, nowadays, you don't have that. And so everything is centered around a match. So when they're in Gorilla and they're doing the time, hey, we got 6 minutes, we got 7 minutes. That's really the emphasis, man. They're looking at the crowd and looking all that. And when people come back from Gorilla, the "atta boy" or "atta girl" is based on the crowd reaction. When they get the "this is awesome," when they get people singing Cody Rhodes, tonight, dirty Dom, you know what I mean? So it's just like that is a successful, segment for WWE. And it's really unfortunate, man. It really is. We have the Judgment Day talking, walks up to LWO. Dom versus Dragon scheduled, and AJ walks up to Dom. So, yeah. Sheamus and Rusev. This goes throughout the entire night,
bro. So this is round 3, and it's nowhere near over.
No. It makes me wonder, man, because Sheamus did the same thing with Cesaro for a while. They were beating up each other, and then it became the Bar. They became the Bar and ended up being a pretty solid tag team. It just makes me wonder what the payoff of this is. Like, are they going to start teaming up or something like that? And just because Rusev, he just feels so just irrelevant in many ways. Yeah. I mean, he came in, he had the debut, people pop for him, and he just blending in with everybody else, man. So
another name on the card.
Yep. Sure is. New Day and Grayson Waller backstage. Earlier today segment, Waller walks up to Adam Pearce talking to Penn, and then that makes the match.
I'd love to know who in that room thinks this Grayson Waller New Day thing is working. Like, who think to commit to this every single week? Yeah. This is dog crap, man. This ain't working. I don't know why you thought it would work in the first place. They've got nothing in common. It's not an easy transition. I don't know who came up with this, but you're putting it on week after week after week, and it sucks, bro. It's not good. It's not working. Nobody cares.
It makes me wonder, Vince, if they're just trying to fill in Like if they're just trying to give everybody their money's worth because they're just hemorrhaging the roster at this point. So many people that they're not doing anything of note with. Similar to what we saw, like we see Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree just hanging out backstage every week.
Yep.
We do get a match with Becky next week. Really isn't going to mean anything. It's just Becky just going over. But what's the point of Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree nowadays? What do they do with these people? It makes me, I don't understand why they continue to have these people on the roster. Now, again, I'm not the one to fire people. Business is business, man.
Right,
I mean,
right.
what are you doing?
Right.
It's simple from a business model. What are you doing? What equity do you bring, to the table?
All you got to ask is one simple question. Are they making us money?
Right.
It's that simple. Let's go down the roster. Who's making us money?
Exactly.
Who's not making us money? And let's eliminate the good little hands and concentrate on the people that you think are making you money. That's who you concentrate on.
Exactly. Yeah. But here's the issue with that, Vince. They don't need to do that anymore because the check's already in the bank, right? So if they already got the deal with Netflix, if they already got the $17,000 plus tickets from ringside, if they already got the deal for Paris and all the foreign events and all that stuff that comes with that, they can have anybody on the roster. You know what I mean? It don't matter.
Yep.
We have Penta defeating Grayson Waller, confronted by the New Day post match, takes out the New Day. It looks like we got something going on with Penta, the New Day now with Grayson Waller.
Who cares, bro? Like, who cares about this stuff, man? Just,
man. I don't know. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss walk backstage. Then we get more of Sheamus and Rusev brawling.
Yeah.
Then they cut a promo in the ring, interrupted by Roxanne and Raquel. Then Pierce comes out and schedules another match, and then Charlotte and Alexa Bliss win the rematch.
Yeah.
Anything on this, Vince?
And again, bro, they put the belts on Charlotte and Alexa Bliss last night. They're not taking it off of them tonight. They put the belt on Seth Rollins last night. They're not taking it off of him tonight. I mean, bro, you could have done that. You could have had a new champion crowned at WrestleMania, and Austin would have convinced you he's leaving the building with the belt tonight. It's so telegraphed, bro, that unless you're one of these idiots, there's no reason whatsoever to stay up and watch this show. None.
Yeah. And that's the reason why the match fatigue is a thing. And that's the reason why it's so prevalent nowadays, because yes, the show is predictable for the most part every single week, but the fans don't care as long as they can be a part of the concert that, they put themselves as the person that's in the ring, the person that's going to put themselves over. They're the characters. Like I said before, I even did a class on them pancakes and power slams. They're now the characters. And now the wrestlers are the spectators. I mean, it used to be the other way around, where inside the ring were the characters, outside the ring with the spectators. Now flipped around. Now the outsider are the characters, inside are the spectators, and we see it every week. So as long as they get to be the characters every week, they translate that to the current wrestling fandom, who also feels like they're characters by doing all this on the IWC, on the webs. Everybody's happy, and that's what their philosophy is nowadays, man. You have Rhea and Io talk backstage. Their big hook is Rhea never beat Io. Then Bayley and Lyra argue backstage. What's up with Bayley, man?
Chris, I don't know. I don't know. I think Velcro is going to get a pink slip within the next 6 months.
You think so?
Oh my God. If she, bro, somebody said this online the other day, and I've said it a million times before. You can watch this show and who's in favor with Triple H. You know who his boys and who his girls are. And who's on the outside looking in. It's as clear as day. And I got to tell you something, man, because it slapped me across the face today. I swear to God. And you've said this, and you've said this, and you've said this. Sami Zayn is going to continue to say, I will be a world champion until Triple H puts the belt on him. And I got to tell you something, bro. You put that world title on Sami Zayn there. Bro, I'm going to put it to you this way. I'm going to say this right now. If that belt goes on Sami Zayn before January 24th, that is the night I am done watching wrestling. Because if you're going to put the belt on him and you want me to believe that, it's over, bro. It's game over. It's done. And he's going to say it enough. Yep. So subconsciously, it's going to be in Triple H's head. He's going to say it enough where it's going to happen. I'm telling you, bro.
It's happening. Yeah, I mean, like, it's going to happen. I mean, he's going to win in Saudi. He's going to win the Royal Rumble in Saudi. And, you know, it's funny because I know, like I said before, you know, too. I mean, people watch this show from the WWE. And so you already know that they could be petty and said, "Oh, we want Vince Russo out of here next week." Adam Pearce is going to announce something.
Week, guys, seriously, put the belt on Sammy next week, and I'll stop watching now. Put it on him next week.
Hey, wouldn't surprise me if they do something like that for sure. We have the Dominic and Dragon Lee match. Dominic wins. 3 El Grande Americanos interfere, and then AJ Styles comes for Dominic.
What 3 Grande?
3 of them, man. 3 of them.
Freaking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous,
bro. Sami Zayn cutting a backstage interview, gets caught in Sheamus and Rusev melee. As soon as I saw that, I said, I bet you he's going to be involved in something next week. And guess what? Oh, we get Rusev doing an accidental punch. What was that all about? Now we got a match with Sami and Rusev.
There you go, bro. Match is made. Yep.
What else we got? Becky Lynch cutting an in-ring promo, interrupting Nikki Bella. What's your take on this, man? Nikki Bella being involved in this.
I can't wait. I swear to God, bro. I can't wait when they get into new feuds, and I'm just waiting to hear what the angle is. What's the angle, guys? Like, I just want to hear the angle. So the angle here is that Becky Lynch is a liar. Bro, I don't even know what the angle is, but
she's not in good hand. Like, Nikki left and thought that she was going to be in good hands.
Right.
You know, the division was going to be good hands with her. It's not. Why did she come back? But I tell you what, though, the best moment of the night is when Becky cooked Nikki with that Cena reference. Oh man, that was the best.
What I might have missed.
Oh man, that was the best part of the night. So Becky was like, so Nikki mentioned Becky and Seth being the power couple, right? I think Becky mentioned it. You know, like me and my handsome husband Seth were the best, you know, couple, whatever. She said, and I'm paraphrasing, she said, we're the best couple. It could have been you and she didn't say anything. Yeah. And the fans just ate that alive. And I thought that was that you want to talk about an absolute burn, man. That was it right there. That she got cooked, and she didn't even know really how to respond with that. That was one of the moments like, I've got nothing. I'm waving the white flag. Yeah. I'm going to step back. And she tried to come back on that, but nah, there was no comeback on that, man. So that was the best part of the show to me for sure. Then you have the backstage thing with the American. Oh, then the Naomi interview interrupted by Stephanie Vaquer. So, there's no like. There's no expression with Fakir. Is that a part of her gimmick?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
There's nothing to really cling to. I mean, people are enamored by her looks. Yeah. She's good in the ring too. I'm not going to take that away from her. But as far as just her charisma, what's her charisma? Like how is she charismatic? So it just throws me off every time. Then we have the Alpha Academy with Natalia. Natalia just
they told us though too after the Vacure thing, they see Gunther's going to be on the shelf. So now we'll pull Gunther back when we need a pop. When we need a pop, guys, put him in the pop box.
Yeah.
Put Gunther in the pop box. 2 months from now, we need a pop. We got Gunther in the pop box. Oh,
yeah. Do you think that? So the rumors before all the legal stuff was Brock versus Gunther at WrestleMania, and that was on the shelf because of legal stuff. Do you think we'll get that this coming next year?
He lost to Sami Zayn.
Yes,
you're gonna have a guy wrestle freaking Brock Lesnar that lost to Sami Zayn.
Yes,
come on, guys, will you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Please.
It would have been much more believable if they would have protected Gunther. But
absolutely. Bro, if they would have protected him up to this point, yes. Now you got something. The guy lost to freaking Sammy. He lost to Yeet. Come on, bro. Stop it, will you?
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Agreed. We get the main Seth Rollins defeating.
Did they not say? I could have sworn I saw them say on this show that Cody was going to be on the show. Were they talking about SmackDown?
SmackDown. Then
okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Seth Rollins defeating LA Knight by DQ. Punk interfering, which was expected. Seth's group jumps Punk and LA Knight. And then Roman makes the save and gets outnumbered. So it seems like there's a couple things happening here. I think Roman has to do some filming, so that was his way to take him off for a while. And so it looks like we'll probably see some type of 6-man match with Jay's probably going to get involved next week. I have no idea why he wasn't involved tonight, but Jay's probably going to get involved. They're probably going to have the outnumbered Punk and LA Knight's going to have a little bit of beef, and then Seth and his boys going to come out, surround them in some way, and then Jay's going to come out, make the save, and then we'll probably get the 6-man, probably in Paris. We'll probably get the 6-man match.
It just blows my mind that, and we would have never done this in the day because we know people can so easily go to bed once it's past 10 o'clock. You're kayfabing the whole night that Punk's in the building. Like, you know how many people went to bed, bro? They know Rollins ain't going to lose the title. They know that's not happening. Do you know how stupid that is? Do you know how stupid that is? You don't even have freaking Punk driving a pickup truck into the back before you go to commercial break. Do you know how stupid that is, bro?
I mean, to your point, Vince, as far as people going to bed because they know that Seth is going to win. That's the reason I'm not a huge fan of just shock for shock's sake all the time, but you're going to have to pull some shock value out to establish these people as main event talent. Now, we got the big shock value from Brock at SummerSlam, but I think when it comes to more of a long-term planning, the shock value would have been, to me, better tonight for LA Knight to win the title. Because even if he loses, in a few weeks in Paris, it still establishes him as a main event talent. He's going to be probably on the babyface team at Survivor Series. He could be, I think Sammy's still going to win the Royal Rumble, but at least LA Knight could be in the Final Four. That gives him the ability to be a main event talent. And if that person, as the people went to sleep, and then they find out that LA Knight's the champ, and they're like, "Oh wow! Like I gotta watch it the whole way next week."
Bro, you know what I would have done, and bro, there's no thought put into any of these shows, guys. And again, you're gonna see that in Unreal. You're just going to see this. What I would have done, bro, is I would have made the stipulation: if Bronson or Breakker interfere, the title changes hands. I would have had Punk interfere. I would have had Punk lay out LA Knight. If you can't beat him, join him. But Punk's infiltrating the group from the inside. He's not real, like Bryan Danielson did with the Wyatts. He's not real. Give me something interesting. Give me something interesting. Yeah. You know how easy it is to write a story like that, bro? You know how simple it is? They ruse Heyman. Heyman thinks CM Punk, is back home. Sorry, you had to learn the hard way. If you can't beat him, join him. Give me something, bro. Something.
Yeah. I think either way, would have worked. At this point, man, it's like, how many lives does LA Knight have to have? I mean, how many lives does he have at this point? You got to build new stars up, man. That's why I keep saying you got to build new. What new main event star have we had in the past 5 years? We got Roman, we got Seth. I mean, Jay, right? I guess Jay is the only way, but he's back down, so he's not a consistent main event star. Who else do we have?
I wouldn't say Gunther.
No, I think he was built. He was built on his way up. To be that. But the problem with Gunther that we see is he's inconsistent. Because they're building. I think again. I keep saying. I liked how they booked him as Intercontinental Champion. He looked like a machine. He looked like a terror machine. But then the Sammy thing just pulled the rug from that. It lost the stock. And then you're just throwing a title match on the title on him for the sake of the Goldberg match, for the sake of the Seth cash-in. You're not doing that to build a new star. It goes right back to Seth Rollins. After all that, it goes back to Seth Rollins. And so that's not really building a new star. And now you have the Seth versus Punk. How is that building a new star? Now Roman's a part of it. How's that building a new star?
And you had a little thing at the end of the show where LA Knight, is now pissed off at Punk. Where's that going?
Exactly.
That's even Steven. It's not going to do anything for either guy. So what is the point?
Yeah. I can see them, Seth and his boys kind of egging that on. Survivor Series is just in 3 months. So I can see them egging that on. And then eventually LA Knight and CM Punk, collab with each other to dethrone Seth and his boys. I mean, I can see that happening, unfortunately. All right, let's get to these super chats, man. Let's start off with Awesome Sauls, $2. Cody Cena hugging before a street fight. Like what? that was an interesting thing. I didn't understand the Cody Cena hug. Oh, you didn't watch SummerSlam. I mean, you didn't watch parts of SummerSlam. Did you watch that match?
I literally watched I watched the last 5 minutes when they're trying to strangle each other with the ring rope and there's this much room between the neck and the rope, and I'm like, oh right. Really, bro? I swear to God, with Unreal, and I'm watching stuff like that, I don't think they care whether we buy into this or not, Chris.
I keep saying that. They don't, Vince. They don't, man. They're looking for the reaction of the crowd. They don't care. Another thing I noticed was there was no color by getting hit with the ring post. If you hit somebody 3 times in the face with the ring post, I mean, with a ring gimmick, wouldn't that make them bleed? Like there's no color in that. I don't understand why. Like, to me, logically, it was like, oh, okay, I guess he doesn't bleed when he's hit with the ring gimmick to either. There were so many just nuances. I mean, I will say that I think the match overall was good, but to me, I pay attention to the nuances, as I always do, as you know. But there was just a few things that I noticed. I noticed the ring, the rope gimmick too. Like, he's doing it, and it's like he could breathe. Like he's just kind of looking around. Like I've got some room here, and so all that stuff matters. But guess what, Vince? In this world of professional wrestling, people can make mistakes like that, hand over fist, but they don't care.
Yeah. Oh, not bro. There is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 account. Ability. Yeah. And guys, you saw that. You saw a perfect example on Unreal, because everybody thought Bruce Pritchard was being an a-hole. Okay. And bro, listen, I'm not a big, everybody knows I've got a history with Bruce. I'm not a big fan of Bruce, because I know how Bruce is. Yep. But in this case, Bruce is right. Bruce is the one in charge and responsible. Guys cannot go over their times. That's Bruce's job. So when Bruce was kind of dressing down Chris Parks a little bit, he was right. Bruce was right. That's old school tough love. The problem was twofold after that. Number one, Chris Parks sold it. All I want to do is make this man happy, when I would have said, okay, Bruce, okay, fine. No problem, Bruce. And I would have walked away. Then on top of that, you got the other guy. What's his name?
Jamie Noble.
No, a man's man. What's his face?
William Regal.
You got Regal coming over, coddling Chris Parks. Bro, that's your problem right there. That's your problem right there. Bruce is trying to hold him accountable. Old school accountable. If Vince was there, he would have been accountable. And you got Regal coming. No, it's okay, man. You did a good job. It's okay. That's your problem right there. You saw right there, nobody is held accountable for anything.
Yeah, it also makes me think, Vince, like, how much of this is choreographed, though? Like probably the going over the time, was probably real. But then, you got to make it camera ready, for the episode.
Absolutely.
You got to bring some suspense in it. So, you don't know. And that's the thing, man. You don't know what to believe anymore. That's the whole thing about pro wrestling, was it's supposed to suspend our disbelief. But it's like, we're supposed to believe that this stuff is real, but now it's unreal.
Now it's unreal.
What are we believing now? You know what I mean? And so that really throws a big monkey wrench into the entire philosophy of professional wrestling to me.
Yeah.
You have awesome sauce, Vince. $5, Vince. You have a choice between having one of Meltzer's traits, have his hair balding, have his tongue wagging, or the giggled forehead.
Should be gigged forehead.
The gigged forehead. Okay.
So the balding hair, the wagging tongue, or the gigged forehead.
Which one do you choose?
I definitely would not take the balding hair, because I like having my full head of hair. I would take the tongue wagging, I guess.
There you go. Nice. Yeah. Hi, Stem Ace, $2. I watch this show weekly despite not watching Raw. Nice. Thank you for your continued support there. Traffic Jam, $2. Triple H keeps putting himself over again.
He's too much, bro. I really believe he's trying to put himself in a position where people are going to be convinced that there's absolutely no way, no how that he can ever be replaced. I'm watching him on this Unreal, bro, and I'm like, my God, man, this guy's ego is so out of control. And Chris, when did he become Mother Teresa? You talk about coddling. Yeah. Oh, when did these wrestlers become his children? When did that happen?
Yeah, when he's hugging Rhea.
Oh my God, bro! Please, even Punk. Oh, this wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you, bro. Wrestlers are not supposed to be soft, bro. They're not supposed to be soft. Vince McMahon is not stroking King Kong Bundy, telling him everything will be okay. That's not happening, bro.
I guess they want some team symmetry, man.
I don't know what they want, but it's pathetic, bro. It is pathetic to watch.
There you go. Traffic Jam, $2. LA Knight and Karrion Kross are buried in WWE. Shake my head, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought, man, I was just hoping and praying in the backstage, Sammy, that Kross was going to come in that shot, but there was no Kross. He lost clean. I don't know what you possibly could do with him at this point.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you this, the best thing in the world that could happen to Kross in Charlotte is for them not to get their contract renewed. That is the best thing. They are so much better than everybody on this show. They need to get agents. They need to go to Hollywood.
Yes.
They need to make movies. They are so above and beyond. And bro, remember, I said the same thing about Charlie Caruso. When Charlie Caruso was like double dipping on Fox News, I'm like, what are you doing on this show? Yeah. She left Raw. She is all over Fox News. She is on everything. This will be a blessing to him and her if their contracts are not renewed.
Man, absolutely. I mean, if there's any, and there's a part of me to think that WWE already knows that. Like they know that they would transcend the business and go to Hollywood and be very successful. Like they know that. And I think the Ryback effect is still intact. I really do, man. It's like when people put themselves over, beyond your storylines, your matchmaking, any of that, it's a curse. Unfortunately, man, it's a curse.
When you're smarter than them and they know it, you're dead. You're dead. And I swear to God, remember that show, bro, Mr. and Mrs. Smith? That's where Brad Pitt actually met Angelina Jolie. Remember? Bro, can you imagine them two doing a series of movies like that? It would be phenomenal. They would be phenomenal in something like that. He's wasting his time. Forget about it. I mean, we hear her say what they gave you that promo as a rib with one word. Remember that a couple of weeks ago? Yeah. Bro, please. Like, they are so much better than the crap on this show.
Yep, absolutely. Danimal 499 Russo, do you remember this day, August 4th, 1997? Dude Love wrestles Owen Hart in the main event and Stone Cold calls Owen Hart the match.
Oh, God, no, I don't remember that. So I guess that was, 20, 30 years ago almost? Is that what they're trying to say?
28 years ago. Wow. Yeah. Don't you do an Attitude Era review? Where are you at right now?
Oh God, they just Austin just saved Stephanie from being taking her as his wife.
Oh, okay.
Bro, can you imagine? I'm watching this stuff. They got the symbol, they got Stephanie on the cross, and everybody's coming out, and I'm like, look at that compared to tonight. Like, what? It is such a oh my God, bro! Like it's mind-boggling where it went. Mind-boggling.
We have Public Enemy reference by Traffic Jam. Don't believe the hype. $2. Very nice. Desmond Morris 499. Hey Des, what's up, my man? Where was Jay with Roman getting jumped? Yeah, I was just talking about that. I guess context no longer matters. So messy. Here comes another triple threat. LA Seth Punk. Yeah, I think we either get that in Paris, or I think we get the 6-man, just a blow off, just for the 6-man, and perhaps we'll get the triple threat, eventually on another PLE, but I can see just this 6-man being a thing, just to put all of them, in one match, just to put all of them together, and then they'll probably do the 6-man in some way. Shots cap a lot. 199 losing a match on purpose is okay if you have the case. Pretty much. We've seen a history of that.
And bro, you know what's so funny? Like, these are the little things that I freaking love because it's everything we talk about. If you watch the first episode of Unreal, and I only watched the first episode, guys, I don't think I'm going to watch anymore. I can't handle it. Michael Hayes is on there, and Michael Hayes is pushing Jey Uso. And Michael Hayes is, if a guy's hot, you got to go with a guy. He's clearly pushing Jey Uso. Chris, who trained Michael Hayes?
When he under the Von Erichs?
Afa and Sika trained Michael Hayes. So this goes all the way. That's what people do. That's what we're trying to tell you. He is trying to return a favor, bro, from literally 40 years ago because Afa and Sika trained him. Now he's in those creative meetings pushing Jey Uso to return that favor. That's what we talk about on these shows, guys.
That's a great point, man. That's true. There's never an expiration date on returning a favor.
Never.
Yeah, that's a great point. Let's see here. We got shots cap all. Okay, we are the David Duffett. Is Xavier's hat in WWE shop yet? Who's Xavier?
The hat that Xavier Woods was wearing. That really was the pop of the night. Chris liked the Becky line. I thought the hat was over.
Nice. David, $2. Penta wears a 0 on his back. Pushes now over.
Remember all the hoopla, Chris, he was brought in with, and I think he maybe won 3 weeks in a row. Remember that? And now, like,
blending in with everybody else, man.
Yeah.
And I like Penta, man. I like people. I like characters. That's my thing, man. I like characters. Penta is a character. He's not going to be around the airport wearing, a mask and in black paint. He's someone different than him walking in the airport. Seth Rollins would wear something, flashy in the airport. You would have, Bronson Reed just walking down looking like a bodyguard in the airport. Those people don't look different than walking in the airport. Penta, to me, is a character. He looks different than just simply walking the grocery store. The problem is we get these grocery store airport type of similarities, and there's nothing that stands out. That's like everybody being Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Nothing really stands out. Man.
And Chris, it's even like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's when Becky's delivering that line to Nikki about John Cena. Mm-hmm. Go there in the story. Exactly. Let Becky start saying, I saw you two together. I know what's going on. Like, let her try to create problems in Cena's marriage. Like, that's what I'm saying. Give me something. Just give me something, guys.
And it's easy. Both of them are still on the roster.
Exactly.
You could easily do like, I got some footage, and then they're backstage. You get one of those, GTV cams that is just simply showing John Cena and Nikki Bella meeting up again. You don't even know what they're talking about. You don't know what it's saying, and it doesn't feel like artificial where there's cameras involved. It's just a simple cam, a simple GTV type of hidden camera, and you're simply seeing John Cena, Nikki Bella cross paths. They stop, they start talking to each other, and there you go. I mean, as simple as that, man. Simple as that. You have David Duffett. Raw in Quebec City should be Natty versus Becky.
God, is that where it is next week?
Yeah.
That's why they did that in the back. There you go. See, these guys, they know. The people watching this show know, bro.
Wow. Yikes. Coach sipping Jamba juice out of a straw. Very interesting.
I agree with you, man.
Things are really bad, but I blame the stupid, idiotic enablers, the Saudi Arabians, the Netflixers, the NBC Universal, etc. WTF are they paying WWE for? That is a good quote. What are they paying WWE for?
I don't know, because Chris, it's like you said, it's twofold. We're going to create the pop, and then we're going to take that pop and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it. That's Triple H's creative.
Yes.
That's it, guys. A pop big enough to put on social media. They just had it. Brock Lesnar, 75 million views in the last. That's it. That's his creative. That's it, bro.
Absolutely. McDowell's $5. Right. Becky's music changes, but Seth's doesn't. Also, Reed is now over as a sneakerhead versus being a wrestler. Welcome to the pop era. I will say this, man. I do like the tribal thief. At least there's something. He's got, because to me, he was just there. He was just a body, but now he's got something. But bro, as someone who collects J's, I understand how much that means to steal your dream.
I agree with you, but it's a baby face thing, bro. That's a baby face move, man. That's
Man, not in my neck of the woods, man. As someone who's collects J's and understand that culture, as far as his man, it is fighting words if you remove somebody's J's and steal them, man.
I would have them remove the sneakers, bro, and splash them. That's what I would have.
Yes. Yes.
That would be
Oh, that is money. That is money. Yeah, man. Make it like you know how Kama took the urn and made it into a necklace. Like you just start stealing a bunch of J's and you just put them all together.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We have shots cap a lot 199. Let's be real. These marks always been characters. Yeah, that's true. But they were the minority though. They were the minority voice. There's always been marks, but they always has been the minority voice. Now they're the overwhelming majority voice, and now it's the inmates are running the asylum, man. That's what we're getting right now. Shots capital out 199. Dom is the reason El Grande Americano exists. We get David $2 at Grande Americanos for thanks to Survivor Series.
I like that. Very nice. Now I'm interested in that match. I'll take that.
I like it. Michael Pessolano, Vince, some days you just can't get rid of.
Oh, that's a Batman 66 reference. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Yes.
We get Robin Master $10. Since Disco admitted that the majority of the show isn't good and only about 25 minutes of each show is worth watching, should they just make the shows 25 minutes instead of 3 hours?
Absolutely. I'm with you.
There, yeah. West Hill $2. Brock versus Cena Human Torch match. Book it. There you go. Human Torch. We got Live and Uncut $2. Hulk wanted to be Coffin Sky 2 days, no autopsy.
There's a lot of kabuki-ish stuff going on with Hulk. And a lot of kabuki-ish stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. It is, man, for sure. Robert Rose, $5. The WWE title is like a participation trophy now. It's a slap in the face to all the legends that never held the gold back in the day. Oh, yeah, that's a fair point, man. The Jakes, the Perfects, the Rhodes, you know what I mean? Never been a world champions. That's a good point. We get Jason Lewis, $9.99. Great to see Brock back, but why have him attack Cena when he lost the title? Cena has nothing Lesnar wants. What was Triple H thinking?
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out what their reasoning is. And what was also kabuki-ish about that is Cody Rhodes spends 5 minutes putting Cena over, pointing to Cena, hugging Cena, crying once again. Then he leaves and gives the ring to Cena. Then Brock, 2 seconds later, goes out and destroys Cena, and Cody Rhodes does nothing. Does that make any sense? If anything, Cody should have hit the ring and ate an F5 as well. Exactly. It made no sense. He's putting the guy over. Brock's laying him out, and Cody's nowhere to be found.
Yep. And to me, like the last time we saw Brock was two years ago, where he was trying to destroy Cody. There was a non-title feud that they had. Cody beat him at SummerSlam 2 years ago. So he did the same thing for Cody as John Cena did yesterday. He passed the torch, gave him, his props, gave him his congratulations. It would have made more sense if Brock was like, man, I changed my mind. I was just waiting for the right time to come back, to get me a title shot. All of that was just absolute lies, absolute fluff for me to find the right moment. Now that you're champion, SummerSlam 2 years later, this is the right moment. There you go. Now you have Cody versus Brock again now for the championship. That would have made more sense to me than yet another iteration of Brock versus John Cena. We have Deacon Forrest 249. Now that it's over, how bad was Cena's heel run?
Terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
It was bad.
Just terrible.
Young Reckless 499. I agree. Chris Russo, you're right. Triple H is an LA guy. Nash said on his podcast that he won't put him over, but he would give him a Legends deal because of his age. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go as far as to let you guys know, like, I've been told that literally LA Knight is the butt of Triple H's jokes in the back. That's
Really?
how bad it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yikes. Well, that's terrible.
Yep.
Zubair, $20. Went to night 2 SummerSlam, which was my first big pay-per-view WrestleMania type show. Went for the experience and card and actually loved it. Understanding your critique, but I enjoyed it. Lesnar was a nice surprise. Can't say much about Raw, though. I've said this many times. I mean, like, the feeling there, you're in the moment, right? So it's very, you're not thinking objectively. It's you're part of the crowd, you're part of the moment, you're part of the energy. So that's going to be your take when it comes to that. And so I've said this many times on this. When you look back and you see it from more an objective view, you'll realize the logic of it. But when you're in a mosh pit, when you're in that mosh pit culture, you're in the moment, man. So you're not really thinking about objective view of pro wrestling more than just, versus being there. So that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Zubair says, tired of WWE and AEW not capitalizing on big moments, for sure. Shots cap a lot, 199. Vince, IFU.
I watched the first season of Cobra Kai, but I just stopped watching it. But I liked it. I did like the first season.
Cool. If you liked Karate Kid, you should watch Cobra Kai. Okay, cool. Hamp Connell 199. How many more Rusev versus Sheamus matches do we need?
Plenty more, bro.
Plenty more. And finally, Hannibal, $5. Aren't the wild outfits supposed to be Seth's gimmick, not the New Day?
Yeah.
You've talked about this before, how Vince didn't repeat like multiple of the same thing. So, yeah. All right, Vince, let them know where to find you, my brother.
Guys, go get your free week of Russo's brand, patreon.com/RussoTWC. If you like it, you can sign up for 75 cents a week. Patreon.com/RussoTWC.
Very nice. This guy right here is Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris. This is Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.